Welcome to the news service of Radio Safira. Today is Saturday, June 3rd. There are 211 days left until the end of the year. On their name day, we extend our best wishes to Andrew and Francis, John and Charles, Leszek and Matthew, as well as Tamara and Lawrence. June 3 ND is celebrated worldwide as World Bicycle Day, while in Montenegro it's Independence Day.
Let's touch on history. In 1460, during the 13 Years' War, Pope Pius II excommunicated the Prussian states battling the Teutonic Order and their allies. In this way, King Casimir Jagiellon and his subjects were placed under anathema. Despite this, they won the war against the Teutonic Knights.
Most of us love our phones, so it's worth recalling that in 1880 Alexander Graham Bell conducted the world's first wireless telephone transmission using his photophone.
In our birthday calendar, we remember that in 1922 Wisław Michnikowski was born. He was a Polish actor and cabaret artist. Among his most famous film roles is Her Excellency in the film Sex Mission by Juliusz Michalski. Michnikowski also appeared in films such as Riffify After 60, Gangsters and Philanthropists, and, of course, The Cabaret of Older Men.
In 1941, Åke Green was born. He was a Swedish Pentecostal pastor who became famous for a controversial sermon, in which he presented his interpretation of a Bible text about homosexuality. He warned that normalizing perversion could bring God's wrath and natural disasters upon Sweden, akin to the biblical Sodom. For preaching his views, he was convicted and then acquitted.
Now for the current news from Poland and the world. Workshops and lectures related to the Jewish holiday of Shavuos took place in the ethnographic park in Tokania. The event, attended by students and adults from the region, aimed to introduce Jewish traditions and folklore.
Registration for World Youth Day in Lisbon, Portugal has ended in Poland. About 25,000 Poles have registered, and registration was only possible through the Portuguese online system. The organizers are still looking for 5,000 volunteers for the event, which will take place from August 1st to 6th.
In Pis, the Diocesan Youth Day of the Diocese of Elk took place, with over 3,000 people participating. The event included adoration, testimonies, catechesis, and a Holy Mass led by Bishop Jerzy Maza. Topics such as living without addiction and the significance of sacraments were discussed.
The Empowering Children Foundation, along with other organizations, is appealing to Marshall Whittick to accelerate work on the child protection law. The bill, submitted to the SEJ on May 12, aims to provide comprehensive protection for children from violence and establish protection standards. The foundation, which has been operating since 1991, helps children experiencing violence.
The Patriarch of the Serbian Orthodox Church, Porphyry, appeals for peace in Kosovo following clashes between KFOR forces and Serbs in connection with mayoral elections. Accusations have been made by Serbia against the Prime Minister of Kosovo and the President of Serbia. Despite the non-recognition of Kosovo's independence by the Serbian minority and the Church, the Patriarch calls for coexistence and peace with Kosovar Albanians.
A delegation from the Conference of European Churches, CEC, and the Commission of the Bishops' Conferences of the European Union, COMES, met with the Swedish minister, discussing the EU presidency, the situation in Ukraine, the importance of sustainable development, migration, asylum, and mental health. The role of religion in promoting peace and combating misinformation was emphasized. The meeting was part of the EU Church Dialogue. CEC and COMES respectively represent Protestant and Catholic churches in the EU.
Gospel music is gaining popularity in Sweden, bringing about social changes. Conductor Jonas Engström, who leads the Gospel Choir Festival in Stockholm, points to the influence of this music on life, symbolizing struggle and hope. Because of a strong choral tradition, gospel attracts both professionals and amateurs in Sweden. Engström, as a committed Christian, sees gospel music as therapeutic and an opportunity to share faith.
Campbell Lino, a student at Atascocita High School in Texas, used a speech to talk about the impact of Jesus on her life. Despite initial reservations from the principal, her performance in front of a 10,000-person audience gained over 91,000 views on Facebook. Lino plans to become a missionary and a Bible translator in the future.
Researchers from Cambridge discovered a 15th-century manuscript revealing that medieval British humour resembled the style of Monty Python. Minstrels criticised kings, priests, and peasants in their jokes and songs. The discovery helps better understand the origins and diversity of British humour, showcasing the satirical tradition of live performances.
Thank you for your interest in our news service. We wish all Safira Radio listeners a pleasant day, full of positive experiences. Remember, we are always waiting for you with the freshest news. Hear you soon. May God bless you.